Yo, what's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life. I see Giz in the house, Ticket TV, The Dreamers Pro, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. All well rested now. LeBron James has no moves. Now, let's get to this because this was very interesting. Adam Silver has been livid at Kawhi Leonard, and I was happy that Kawhi Leonard actually, Kawhi Leonard actually stepped up. Yeah, he stood up for himself. Now, Adam Silver had nothing to say when everybody was creating this false narrative about Kawhi Leonard, about him being the face of this load management thing that they wanted to keep trying to throw on his back. And they used the whole season once he came away from Toronto, once he became a Clipper, LeBron James media crew, his affiliation with them, actually started pushing this false narrative about Kawhi Leonard, knowing that this man was coming off an injury. Then he tore his meniscus after coming after an ACL injury. And everyone's like, wow, Kawhi Leonard's playing now. This is unbelievable. He's playing the whole season. A man who was coming off of an injury that he never disclosed to you guys the extent of that injury, but the NBA is full aware of Kawhi Leonard's injuries. And he was granted permission not to play back-to-back games coming off that injury. Now they want to act like, oh, no, it was just Kawhi Leonard just chilling. And Kawhi Leonard today, well, not today, but this season is consistently being asked about this as they have the load management rule in effect, right? And everybody said this is a rule to go after Kawhi Leonard because they feel Kawhi Leonard isn't doing what they think is the right thing, right? So the media seems to go after Kawhi Leonard a lot in his press interviews. So when they asked him about what was going on in the league today, he told Adam Silver when they started this season and everything was going on 5 months ago, that if they didn't know what was going on, what they should do in the situation. You know it all the time, the 100% true. So naturally, people were upset, right? Thinking that the load management thing, this is a Kawhi Leonard, and he wanted to make Kawhi Leonard the face, even though Anthony Davis, what is he load managing then? Is that the case? Who's the load manager then? You see, that's when you're presenting a problem that doesn't exist. You see? Kawhi Leonard is, and this is why I tell people, do you believe Kawhi Leonard is the type of individual player that don't want to compete? He tells you right here, when I was with the Raptors, it was different. I was coming off of an injury. You have to know the details. If the NBA is trying to mock that, then they should stop. So when Kawhi said that, standing up for himself, defending himself, it's clear. What's up, Juan? Hey, you back at the dealership, Juan? He said, nah. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if y'all want to get a car, y'all go see Juan. He can make it happen. He can find a way to get you in it. When he was with the Raptors, it was different. Yeah, I told y'all that. Did nobody talk about Kawhi Leonard resting when he was on the Raptors? They wanted to use that old pop saying for load management and all that. They wanted to use that against Kawhi Leonard once he got on the Clippers. Once he got on the Clippers, that's when they wanted to come after him. Because he was rivaling LeBron James. LeBron James is supposed to go to the Lakers and have nobody rival him. And they were like, why don't he join LeBron? And the fact that he was never going to join LeBron and he went over to the Clippers, oh, that just aggravated him. Now you got a battle of LA. The NBA loved that. LeBron James didn't. And his team and his supporters kept bringing this craziness up. Okay, that's what's up. Moving up in the world. So all of a sudden, every one of his pundits is using the word load management, load management, load management, load man. It's all on there on ESPN. All of LeBron, Brian Windhorst, and then they keep throwing Kawhi Leonard's name into it. Well, can you trust Kawhi Leonard? I mean, he likes to rest. He likes to load manage. The man was coming off of an injury. It wasn't like he was taking games off because he needed mental health days or things like that. He was completely not healthy to play. You had Stephen A. Stupid decided to go out and say that Kawhi Leonard, y'all, is the worst superstar in basketball history because he didn't even try to give it a go. He just walked off the court and never came back in the game and didn't say anything. Why didn't he try to give it a go? Because he's injured. Why didn't you try to give it a go when you tore your knee up, Stephen A? That man is going into the Hall of Fame for basketball, and you're telling him he don't know his body. So after this was done, Kawhi Leonard comes out just a month ago, and the Clippers was having all this success. They was the hottest team in basketball. And people were saying, well, why are you playing so much, Kawhi Leonard? And he says, well, I didn't tear. He said, I don't have a torn meniscus and I don't have a torn ACL. That's why I'm playing more. So after that situation, they couldn't get him on that. He talked about the lack of fundamentals in the league right now. And this was less than a month ago. Back then, you got Jack Cino right there. I was on my balcony. Because I'm telling you, that is it. So when Kawhi Leonard said what he said, he came and said there's no fundamentals in the league right now. The fundamentals are out of the league right now. And that pissed off one individual in particular, and that one individual is Adam Silver. He did not like the fact Kawhi is a fake like he was going to pass, brought that up. Not only did he not like that he brought that up, he didn't like the fact Kawhi Leonard, who's totally and completely fundamentally sound because he practiced religiously, he didn't like the fact Kawhi Leonard is bringing up the fact that the NBA, he's an active player, and he's saying that the NBA in this league, that all the fundamentals of the game is out of the league. They don't want Kawhi. And I'm like, this is funny because Kawhi don't talk. And then he doesn't want to talk. Y'all force him to talk. And then when he talks, y'all want him to shut up. So Adam Silver was pissed with the union, and he's telling the players they're not doing a service for the NBA by saying negative things about the game. You're only feeding this to the fans to make them not say that they don't want to watch the game. If they don't watch the game, how are you going to get paid? That's what Adam Silver is like. It is counterproductive. It is really counterproductive. Kawhi Leonard is right. Fundamentals are out of this game right now. It is not a lie. He's telling the truth. He's a fundamental player, so he knows fundamentals are out of this game. So right now, if you're a fundamentally sound player like Luka, Doncic, the Joker, all the Euro players are fundamentally sound. They've been taught the game from a fundamental standpoint. This is why they could be big, slow, sloppy, and can beat these athletic young guys. And this is why we're trying to tell people like Gilbert Arenas who think like this era, like, oh, look at the muscles we got. You got all those guys that's fat and all that. Those guys are fundamentally sound in basketball. You guys got a bunch of athletic people that don't have any footwork. They travel. They don't know how to get open. How in the world were they going to beat somebody from the 80s and 90s? It's just nonsense. They would get blown out every game. Jacking up threes that ain't going in because they can contest you. They know how to guard three-point shooters. Now, here's the thing. Defensively, Luka is slow. He can't help that. He's slow, so he uses team help defense. But he attempts to play defense. But come on, like if you put, who is Luka gonna guard? Right? Who are you gonna put him on out there on the floor? These little fast guards that they got now, you think he gonna guard De'Aaron Fox? Fox can get any shot he want on Luka. Luka plays D. He plays smart defense. He plays help defense, team defense. He gets a lot of steals. Hell, he ripped LeBron up. That's all you need to know. So, no, he's absolutely right. But Adam Silver was livid when Kawhi Leonard made that statement. And what had to happen after that? They lost a 19-point lead to the Lakers in the fourth quarter. They went on a losing streak. All of that, Russell Westbrook breaks his hand, so he's out of the lineup, and that's hurt them a lot. But all of this came bestowed to the Clippers once Kawhi Leonard made that statement, and Adam Silver was pissed. All of a sudden now, the Clippers have been losing games and losing ground in this playoff race. Kawhi Leonard is going to the Hall of Fame from what he did to LeBron James back in when LeBron won his second championship. Just for LeBron being frustrated, the defensive shutdown job he was doing on him was amazing. He can stay mad all he wants. See, the moral of the story is this, homeboy. You, Adam Silver, keep changing rules every year and making adjustments to the game. Listen, when the NBA came out with the flagrant foul rule, they didn't even know how to police it. So they had to tweak it over time. It was 2 shots in the ball. There wasn't no 2 flagrants and you're out of the game. They had to come up with that later. They had to, revise a lot of the rules that they had. But he accidentally made a mistake that caused the Pistons to win a championship and become dominant, is when he took away illegal defense. Now, when you took away illegal defense, that ruined the league. For all these teams, they thought, like, we get rid of that, then teams are going to score more. I don't know what they were thinking. The defense was running rampant the year they took away that. The year they took it away, because see, you got to understand, the Pistons didn't have Sheed. They got Sheed late in the season. Then went in there at the trade deadline and went right to the championship and won it that year. So with no superstar, they basically blew game 5 that they had won. Yeah, that opened up a whole lot of success for the 2004 Pistons when they got rid of illegal defense. They brought in the flagrant foul rule in 1991, and they thought that was going to cripple the Pistons. The Pistons was off to the best start in team and franchise history in 1991. They had blew the Bulls out by 22 points. They were beating everybody up. It was looking like the Pistons was going to run away with it again, and they were going to be the first team to three-peat. They were looking real good, and Isaiah Thomas' wrist gone, and he was done. In the playoffs, Joe Dumars had a knee injury, groin injury, toe injury. He was injured in the playoffs when they played the Bulls in 91. So you got Isaiah, Joe, hurt, rest of the team banged up. It was over at that point. Now, back to this. Kawhi Leonard knows I didn't want to talk. Kawhi Leonard is like, you guys are asking me the questions, I'm just going to answer them. So if Adam Silver is upset that there's no fundamentals going on in the league, right now, he's admitting to it. He is admitting to it right now. He's admitting that there is a major problem going on within the NBA. And that major problem is very simple. The major problem is no one in the NBA is seeming to grasp the fact that you have 1 to maybe 7 players in the league right now that are absolutely fundamentally sound. I'm going to bring up a player, and I want you to tell me in the chat, is this person fundamentally sound? Anthony Edwards. I want to hear it. Juan says yes. Somebody says yes. This person says yes. This says yes. Well, the answer is not at all. He is not. Ant-Man is not fundamentally sound. He's athleticism and talent, but he's not fundamentally sound. I'm not a hater, Juan. Ant-Man is just not he's not fundamentally sound at all. He's very green. If you watch his game, he's very green. He's a pull-up jump shot. He's a crossover pull-up jump shot guy. Or if he can get to the rim, he'll dunk. That's it. He has no fundamental moves. None. He's still young. Well, he better learn before he gets old and he keeps doing the same thing. We said that about LeBron. He's just young. And what do we see now? Not fundamentally sound. Jason Tatum. Is he fundamentally sound? Jason Tatum? Well, here we go. The answer is no. Jason Tatum isn't fundamentally sound. He does have some fundamentals. He's been working on them, but no, he's not sound with them. He's not comfortable in those fundamentals. Jaylen Brown, is he fundamentally sound? No, he was in Kobe's. Yeah, he worked with Kobe for about a couple of days. He doesn't implement it in his game. He tried to learn a couple of moves, but no. Terrible inside post footwork. But no, he's not. Brown, no. Jaylen Brown is not fundamentally sound. He works hard, but he's not fundamentally sound. Athleticism, will, and talent. And just tremendous effort. Other than that, he has nothing going for himself. Now, who is fundamentally sound in the game? Jimmy Butler. Is he fundamentally sound? Yes. Jimmy Butler is a fundamentally sound basketball player. Kyrie Irving, we don't even have to go there, do we? He's not just a crossover and a couple of moves. Kyrie is the best finisher at the rim of any point guard. Kevin Durant, fundamentally sound. Right? We already know Kawhi Leonard is a fundamentally sound player. But I'm trying to show you the difference between fundamentally sound and athletic and talent. Yes, I did a video breaking down the entire family. Now, when you look at fundamentally sound players, there's almost nowhere on the court you could put them that they're uncomfortable because they are comfortable with people in front on them. They know how to wait to the offense. They don't rush. They know how to wait till the offense, presents itself. Then they make their move. They wait on the defense to make an adjustment before they make their moves. It's kind of like chess. Mm-hmm. Joe Dumars, yeah, he said Brunson's dad was a baller. Brunson's dad was all right. He was a scrapper. Jalen Brunson right now is way better than his daddy ever was. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But the thing about Jalen Brunson is the reason that he can exist in this league, in the NBA, and be successful and a standout is because it's one-on-one. Okay, where the defense is almost non-existent. But they're not doubling him. So by the time they get to the point where they want to double or send the help, he's already in the middle of the paint doing a pull-up jump shot. Then he can hit threes. And Jalen Brunson, who came from Dallas, he wasn't even the focal point of the offense. So they moved him over there where he would be the focal point of the offense. What people don't realize when they say, oh, Kawhi is not, he's the worst leader of the team. He don't talk. They're like, he don't talk. Kawhi Leonard does talk. It's just that you're not around. He just don't like to do interviews. He don't like social media. He don't like any of these things that's holding people down. Yeah. So what you end up doing is you're trying to hurt this man's legacy when you start saying things like, "Oh, this guy isn't a player. He isn't this. He can't move like this. He can't do these different things." I see why I fell asleep last night. I'm keep telling y'all. Y'all don't know. My couch is comfortable. Like this is like deep, deep, deep cushion. Woo wee. Boy, you lay on this, you gonna be gone. Ja is fundamentally sound. Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. You have to understand that a lot of people who are put in this position and put on a plateau and put in the game, they never get it for some reason. I don't know why. Deep, deep, deep undercover. Pistons is everywhere I go, buddy. Bad boy. Oh no, it was just going up. It just keep going up because the situations never change. So when you start to see things don't change just because you want them to, you got to make the change. And what Kawhi Leonard did, he gets no credit for. They got four superstars on the team, four major egos on the team. And you got to be prepared to deal with those four attitudes on the team at all times. If you're not, then you're doomed. I'm serious. You would be doomed. Now I got money on this Oregon Ducks versus Creighton. See, that's a big money game. Y'all don't know nothing about that. But Kawhi Leonard had to adjust his game. See, when you're fundamentally sound, you can do that. You can balance your and have your game come in, and it doesn't affect Paul George. All right. It don't affect Russell Westbrook, and it doesn't affect who? James Harden. Juan said, I'm watching the game. Yeah, that's what we got over there. Who was this? Okay. Oh man, a rapper just got shot up in the parking lot. A rapper named Young Block, a guy with a song "Spin the Block." Rest in peace, Young Block. They said he was targeted and got hit up in Indiana at the casino. Damn. Well, yep. Damn shame, man. But here's the thing: James Harden game, like when they first got there and they was losing, everybody started throwing stones and throwing their hands up. Man, what's wrong with him, man? James Harden sucked. Harden is this. He gotta go. What's wrong? They're learning to play with each other. James has to learn what Kawhi Leonard does, what Paul George does, and what Russ does. Russ had to be okay with going to the bench. So when they all got in there, all four of them were basically trying to figure it out. And not only do they have to figure out what's going on with like those four, you got Shoebox, you got all these other guys on the team that you got to say, okay, what are their strengths? How do I know what these guys like and keep everybody involved? But the main four, we don't have to. That's why teams normally don't have four superstars on the team because everybody wants their individual stats. But now in today's NBA, where the scoring is up 115, you can have multiple people with 40-point games. You can have two guys with 40, another guy with 20. They had one game where the Clippers, everybody damn near had 19 points. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like the whole team. I'm like, are you kidding me? Almost every player was in double digits. They had like 7, 8 guys on the team with like 19 or more points. Crazy. You said, let's be honest, fans who love the fast-paced games of the NBA, you said, no, the fast-paced games of the finals, hated when the Spurs won the chips because of their slow, methodical way on the courts, which seemed boring to the average casuals. And that is what's weird because they did not have a slow game. They only slowed down when they got in their sets. Believe me, they were one of the fastest teams in the league in transition points. Tony Parker would kill you. He'd come down the lane, hit that little jump hook, stop and pop hook over the top. Come on. That's what it was about. The game was about Tony Parker breaking down the defense. Once Tony came in the league, that's how he whooped LeBron. He was 19 years old and won most valuable player of the NBA Finals. Do anybody remember that? They swept the Cavs. They talk about, oh, LeBron was young. Tony Parker was 19 years old. Tony Parker was 19. coming here from France. And he told LeBron James ass up. He was not 19, sir. Well, what was he, 21? How old was Tony Parker? Okay, well, how old was he when he won it? 21? He won a championship before LeBron, quicker than LeBron. And you can say, oh, Tim Duncan. No, that championship was won by Tony Parker. Somebody said Parker was a teen in 2003. And Manu came to the team, but that championship there was the Tony Parker show. If anybody go and watch those games, Tony Parker single-handedly destroyed the Cleveland Cavaliers. They had no way of stopping him. LeBron James don't play defense, so he couldn't stop Tony Parker. They had no idea how to guard him because they never seen a player in the NBA do what he do. The closest thing they had was Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, where you can't gauge when he's going to stop. Nobody who attacks the basket has a 2-foot jump off. Like he jumps off 2 feet and throws a hook shot. You can't time that because that is so unorthodox. Nobody does that in the NBA. Nobody comes down the lane. You would normally a 1-foot takeoff. You don't put 2 feet down and go up and jump and shoot. So it's hard to block because you're not set to block because you don't know that's what he's about to do. And you saying, okay, you know what he's going to do, but you don't know when he's going to do it. So you can't, it's hard to time it to block. And Tony you were like, okay, well, he's just throwing that up. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's been doing that his entire career. Even when coaches tried to train him not to do it, he consistently doing it. And they were like, look, he's like, coach don't want me doing it no more. When he was in France, they were like, man, look, it's going in. If it's going in, don't you worry about nothing else. Pop said, look, as long as it's going in, I ain't going to change it. Now, if it stops going in, then I'm going to have a problem with it, but it's going in. He hit that shot about 70% of the time. Now, let's get back to Adam Silver Slipper. Old Slipper, he's over there slipping again. Because now, guess what Silver Slipper want to do? Silver Slipper want to take y'all even further down the rabbit hole. Absolutely. He went ahead and oh yeah. Silver Slipper went and did his thing. Silver Slipper said, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change the rules back. Now, instead of the transition rule, I think we're gonna have to revamp some of the things that we're doing and bring in more defense because it's too much scoring going on in the league now. Why? This is what he wanted. This is what he wanted. Of course he can't make a bucket. That dude don't have anything athletic in him at all. He's a marketing guy. He comes from marketing. David Stern loved basketball as a child. He followed the game. He knew the plays. He knew everything on the court. So when guys would run plays, it would shock the coaching staff that David Stern would know the plays. He was watching the Bill Russell days and the games they were playing. So he was always focused and honed in on the game. Mm-hmm. Who's gonna tell the guy to leave? That's what I'm saying. Who's gonna tell the guy to leave? I hate looking at him. It was. Yeah, I bet on the Oregon Ducks. Let's go Ducks. The King and Duck Johnson. I know he looked like he's stage 7. Every time you see him, every year he ain't gained 1 ounce of weight. It's like, dude, eat a cheeseburger or something. He been eating a vegan sandwich. Now, here's the thing, and here's the news about Silver Slipper. He wants to make changes to go back to the defense. Why is that? Why do we want to make the change all of a sudden and say defense is coming in the league? It's because Luka Doncic is embarrassing LeBron James records. Any record LeBron has gotten, the youngest player to do this, the youngest player to do that, Luka Doncic is making him look like a fool. And LeBron James has never done any of the things Luka Doncic has done as a basketball player. So all the excuses that they have for Luka Doncic, for LeBron James, it goes out the window because if Luka could do it, why LeBron couldn't do it? LeBron had all that talent and could barely get in triple-double. Why is that? Why he couldn't get a triple-double? Does anybody know? Why LeBron James couldn't get triple-doubles? He has the ball and more on-ball usage than Luka Doncic, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant. Nobody had more on-ball usage than LeBron James himself, and he could not average triple-doubles. Luka Doncic averaged more rebounds, more assists, and more points than LeBron James in every season. Every season since he stepped into the league, he has surpassed LeBron James monumentally in every category. Every category. When LeBron played the same amount of years as Luka, at the same point in LeBron's career, Luka Doncic had already dwarfed him. Mm-hmm. So now we got to go back to defense because all these records now, they shaming LeBron. Now you look at this. If you go back to putting more defense, how LeBron gonna get his points? LeBron is leading the NBA in triple and 3-point plays. And it's by a landslide. LeBron James had a game where he had 5 3-point plays. 5 3-point plays. That's like unheard of. Last night's game was bad. No, I don't mean like I'm talking about and ones. I don't see them doing that at all. God damn it. I see them mhm. Yeah, well, when you start seeing things that don't go the way it's supposed to go, you get pissed off. Because see, what Adam Silver is doing is he's telling the whole world LeBron always been the strongest and fastest. He's not the strongest. He's actually weak. I mean, that's the shock that a lot of people say, like LeBron is strong to these young 20-year-olds he's playing against. But you think he was stronger than Isaiah Stewart? No, he's too scary. LeBron is one of those big, strong, scary dudes. He ain't gonna stand up to you and do nothing. He's too scary. Kobe Bryant was surprised with how big LeBron is that he was able to be allowed to do what he was doing to him. It was crazy. Well, what's wrong with the league is what's wrong with everything else in the world. When you see the league start going in a direction that don't make any sense, you start seeing that there's going to be there's going to be times where the league goes in a direction that just don't make any kind of sense. So when you start seeing what they were doing with the Big Three was having momentum and was supposed to be the sister league of the NBA, right? The NBA just decided that they were going to get rid of NBA Elite. That was gone, right? Which pissed some people off. Now you look at the plans of bringing in high school students and the fact that we should go back to high school students. Why? There's no need to bring in high school students. Let them play a year in college unless they just super natural talented and they can perform right now in the league. You know, you got guys like Jalen Green. He's a good player, but he's not He's one of those athletic and talented guys. Yeah. Well, predominantly, when you start seeing the scenarios, they change the notions a lot. They change perspectives. Yeah, you get people that just don't get it, and when they don't get it, they get frustrated and they shut down mentally. So Kawhi Leonard is an easy target because he don't respond. So if you don't respond to anything, if you just sit back, right, and you don't talk, these guys are not going to respect you. They're not going to say nothing to you. They just going to let you go ahead and commence to doing what you do. They're not going to bother anything that you got going on. But if somebody like Kawhi Leonard says two words that they can use and they can go at him because they know he ain't going to say nothing bad, that's going to be it. Oh, yeah. Blame James. Exactly. All this attack on Kawhi Leonard through the media. Oh, I believe it. It's all been LeBron's pundits talking about Kawhi Leonard and him resting. He's played more games this season than LeBron James, but he's supposed to be the face for load managing, right? And then you got guys right now just sitting out on rest days like LeBron. Oh, it's my ankle. LeBron's ankle's flaring up. He's going to take this game off on the back-to-back. Now, who's skipping back-to-backs? LeBron. When they got to play 3 games in 4 nights, I see LeBron seem to magically got a rest. He's already missed 10 games this season. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not about who's trash and who isn't trash. It's about how to execute on the court. If you could ball and you got 4 other guys that can't, if you can't get those guys to respond and play better, then you're not a good leader. Or it's just not in them. They just don't have it. Kobe Bryant got the best out of players that would have never gotten the best out of these guys. People was like, LeBron had Ugauskas. Ugauskas was an all-star center in the East. He actually played well. You know, everybody around LeBron was playing well. They had the calls, they had the referee, they had everything they needed. Well, when you have so many things going wrong, or everybody's trying to fit a narrative, man, I don't ever buy that. Adam Silver is in a rock and a hard place of trying to please the owners and keeping the players happy. But see, the players are putting themselves in a catch-22 because next year when they go to the competition committee, all the money is all into this in-season tournament. That's where the real focus is. That's why they got the Emirates deal. Everything is about the international league. So you can go ahead and you can front, you can go ahead and put all of these narratives into place. But if you don't get they was about to kick J.R. Smith out of the NBA. Well, yeah, he killed a man. He almost killed Carmelo Anthony. So that's what almost got JR almost kicked out of the league. Well, when you start seeing the scenarios and how they keep breaking down, you have to make your own decisions. Well, Mo Williams came from Bama. I knew Mo could play, but playing with LeBron is a whole different environment. But LeBron was winning 63 games. 63 games. You were supposed to win a championship. Hell, 60 something games, and you talking about I need help? You won 60 something goddamn games. And you can't make it to the finals. Now, why is that the narrative? As I told you, when I was breaking this all down, I told y'all flat out what was going on and what was the narrative, right? I'm on that balcony. I guess so. Cino got to be on that balcony. Better basketball player all the way around than LeBron James, then I don't know what to tell you. You could tell a guy who works on their game and a guy who does not work on his game. And that's LeBron James. LeBron James does not work on his game. He does not improve. He takes the offseason off. He takes shortcuts. This is not the kind of person you would even want as your leader of your team. As you can see, he's always someone else's fault. Now, look at that. I'm looking at them. Right. He's not on social media. And there's a main reason why. When you're not on social media, you're not going to be scrutinized by all this nonsense that's going on. Oh, absolutely. You have to upgrade your entire process of the game, period. If you can't, you're going to be out of the loop. You can't deal with somebody like Kawhi Leonard. Too much variety there. How are you going to guard him? He could beat you at every spot. No, I've always been a Kawhi Leonard fan. Everybody knows that. I'm a fan of greatness. That's right. Greatness. You see, that's the part everyone seems to miss, is that I'm a fan of greatness. If you're great, then, that's how it's going to turn out. But when you're not great, these scenarios seem to rear their head again, come back up again. Yeah, so Kawhi Leonard said the fundamentals are already out of the game. Why are we trying to put in a 4-point shot? Yep. Wow. The viewerships right now of the All-Star game, it's pretty bleak. Right now, last year was at the career low. It was at 4.6. That was a 2 million drop off from the previous year. And I think this year it did worse than 4.6. So that's why they haven't even mentioned the numbers. But it's everywhere on their sports websites. They're bashing the game. On ESPN, TNT, NBA TV, on social media, all the people that they pay money to is bashing it. So why would they come out and punish the don't? Right? Why would you come out and attack and punish people that don't? Well, you got to understand, Kawhi Leonard is not the guy y'all think. He does not care. He cares about basketball, the magic of the game. And this is why the majority of the people don't seem to get it. Kawhi physical attributes. He's tall, he uses his size, and he uses your body weight and your position against you. And he knows how his massive hands, he has total control of the basketball, that even if you're on him, he could still make a shot. There's nothing that say that Kawhi Leonard can't make a shot. Look at this. He gets in position. This is his kill box. If he gets you here, he knows what he can do. Look at it. This is what we mean by footwork. Look at that. He knows right there, I got Grayson Allen going for the lean. I'm going to turn back. Now he's on that side. He felt him. And he could just go up and score. It's pure fundamental basketball. Look at the explosion right there. He gives a fake like he was going to pass and kept his dribble and went up on the 2 steps. Yep. Now, right here, you would think he has to give up the ball, right? He turns. There's a wall there, but nobody's open. Somebody would have forced the pass. So he just raises up and uses his ability because he practices this shot. Now, Russ didn't break. Nobody made a cut towards the basket, so he couldn't find anybody. Now, if you give him this kind of room, you deserve what you get. Kawhi Leonard is shooting almost a record high from 3-pointers. And what's even scarier, he's not even in the conversation of most valuable player. His team is number 3. All season long, they have talked about Kawhi Leonard, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. They've had a free reign to terrorize and humiliate and bash those players and never give this man an ounce of respect and credit. He has never disrespected the game. He stays quiet. He doesn't do social media. He doesn't get in any drama. But yet, they kept the man on the channel and bashing him and made him the face of load managing. Meanwhile, LeBron James was doing the same exact thing as well as all the other players in the league, except for this man was truly injured. He was injured. Big facts. He don't fake injuries. This man plays his heart out. And when you say you're questioning his injuries with Stephen A. Smith, his so-called journalistic integrity comes out and bashes him and saying, you don't even give it a try. You just walk off the court. The man had an MCL injury. He had a meniscus tear. He had a lot of things going on in his knee. If he could play, he would play. He's not a guy that's going to just sit out in the middle of the playoffs when they're winning. You see, here's the thing that's so stupid about Stephen A. They were winning. They were up 3-1. Why would he sit there up 3-1 and say, I'm not going to give it a go if he couldn't give it a go? Because the results of the x-ray showed what everybody knew. The NBA didn't want to reveal that because they didn't want that to be the dominant factor of he's out for the remainder of the playoffs. They just kept that quiet until like it was over. We don't know. He could come back so that the fans would tune in and watch the games. They don't want nobody saying, oh, man, they finna be, it's over. So you blame the league for that. They didn't want that information out there. See? And they said we don't have facts. So hit the like button. When you start asking people about that, and Kawhi turns around and says, oh, well, Well, it's like this. It's a thing. Right. The big three got a 3-point shot and a 4-point shot. But the NBA can't get a 4-point shot because that has been trademarked by the big three. So they can't, anybody else can just run and go get the 4-point shot. See, the NBA couldn't do that because under the rules of basketball now, if they want to get a 5-point shot, they can. But that's like making the game gimmicky. Now it doesn't look like, it's like Rock and Jock. MTV's Rock and Jock. You remember those? That's what it's starting to look like now. Luka ain't busted. They have Jason Tatum ranked over Kawhi Leonard. Let me repeat that again. Jason Tatum is ranked over Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard said, no, I'm not going to do this. I am not going to want to see that. Hopefully, if they do that, I'm out the league by then. I'm gone. Because I don't want to, he don't want to play in that. It's already, all the fundamentals are out as is. Now you're going to have guys running out there trying to shoot 4-point shots. It makes it look even more ridiculous as it sounds. Now, do you tell me when did oh, you right, Giz. What's up? Yeah, Giz, I've been in the gym. when is Luka eliminated? He's like, Sino getting growled. Sino, stay in the gym. That's why they be calling about fat Sino. I'll be laughing. We laughing at you. I'll be like, dude, I'll be in the gym. Be in the gyms, son. All right, they talking crazy. I'll be in the gym working. While they talking, I'll be working. While they talking, we working. See no fat. I mean, okay. I just let them talk. I just let them talk, man. I just let them talk. Oh, the ladies know. The ladies know. Gotta flex on them every now and then. I know, I hear it a lot. Because people see my cheeks and all that, and they normally see an up-close shot, and I'm like this, and they be, oh, the fat boy, fat boy, fat boy, fat boy. I mean, whatever. Look at this move. Oh, going up and under. Beautiful basketball execution. Now, look at this move here. Now, pulls up quick. Because he see the defender was looking to see what he was going to do with the basketball. This is good. Now, look, they come over with the double to see if he's going to pass right away. If you stay relaxed and pull, people panicking. As soon as this go, they try to go right to a quick pass. You relax. You can still dribble. Now, if they reach, look, he reached. So he pulled back, took the ball, spun off the defender, who was never in the proper defensive position. Kawhi knows I can fade back from here. And he got so much, his hands are so massive. He got total control of the basketball. All he knows he has to do is extend. And he can get the ball over the rim. Now he's got a guy taller than him again, so he has to get this guy off balance. So he crosses, hits him with a dribble. Look at this. Here comes the double. Right? Stay patient. He can make the pass right here to Russ. He can make. What has he done? Russ cuts through. He can get this off. I can get this guy off balance. Yep. The defender moved off. Now it's one-on-one. Boom. I can get to the free throw line. My favorite spot. Bam. Easy to results. Easy to. Yeah, Leaf, man, I was out of there. Man, you was talking. I was conversating with you, and I felt like I thought we were still talking. I was asleep and thinking we were still having a conversation. I went back and watched it. Man, Leaf was talking, and he just stopped. He was like, and Leaf just got off. Like, I cracked up laughing. Leaf just got off the line. Leaf was like, I died laughing, man. I got up and watched that. And the girl called me. I thought it was Uncle Frank. It was a girl. And she called me and she was like, because she called me from private number. I'm like, private number? And I was like, okay, it's a private number here. So I hang up. After I wake up, after she wakes me up. Mm-hmm. 100%. Man, I only got about what, 10 minutes? And then she must be watching all my lives. She be she be watching my lives. I didn't even know she was watching the live. She called my phone. I was like, what? And that's how I woke up. If she didn't call my phone, I would still be knocked out. Absolutely. Oh, Leaf was going in on the Nets. I know, it was hilarious. He was going in. Then we was talking about Allen Iverson. I was comfortable. I was in the position. I was like, I was in here, and I told you about this couch. It's so super comfortable, man. I was like this. I was talking. We was talking about AI. Yeah, man, he had this and that. Next thing you know, I'm like, Leaf was talking. I was just poof, gone. I thought I was still in the conversation. Then the phone ring. I pick up the phone. I'm like, phone. I pick up the phone and it's her. Oh yeah, dog. I will get down and snore because I don't get a lot of sleep. So when I get to sleep, it's like a lion roaring. Everybody, oh, who is that? I told you that's why this chick left. She was like, we ain't gonna make it because he ain't gonna be snoring like that with me. Mm-hmm. He said, I thought Cito was messing with me. Oh yeah, I fell asleep in the movies. They scared to tell you in the movies. They just was like, man, nobody even come up and said nothing. I was like, man, I done fell asleep in the movie theater. Shoot, recently. What did I fall asleep on in the movie theater recently? Oh yeah, the ancient. something of magical, the ancient organization of magical Negroes. I fell asleep on that. Woke back up. Still ain't missed nothing. Oh, they got the movie theater out there with the heated seats. They should have never put no heated seats in a movie theater. I was way out on a whole nother mission and ran into that. Oh yeah, I had to see that. You know what I did, Leaf? After that, I woke up when because she called me again after I stopped the live. She called me back again from the private number. I'm like, why are you calling? I'm thinking it's Uncle Frank. I'm like, Uncle Frank. Because when I woke up, I'm like, whoa, Frank. When I saw that, I thought it was Uncle Frank. And I was like, man, because I was like, whoa, I'm still live? Frank. So I thought that was Uncle Frank calling. So I was like, Uncle Frank. She's like, no, this is me. I was like, oh. She's like, I didn't know you were still alive. I ain't wanted. That's why I didn't want to. I called you private. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I was out again all night. From that point on, I was out all night. I did another live at like 4, 5 in the morning on One Crack News. Went out, won another couple grand. You know, it's just an average Cino night, and we keep it moving. After these games, I gotta go win some more money. Oh, talk about my losses. I don't know how to tell you this, but I got more wins than losses. I do. I don't know what to tell you, man. I swear my losses are very small, but my wins are huge. So I don't know what to tell you, dog. I've won about 100 grand last year gambling. I won more than that. Oh yeah, definitely. But I gotta get ready to roll because we gotta get ready to kick this off. So thank y'all for tuning in. Again, like we said in the beginning, Shouts out to Kwame Brown, Bus Life, Ticket TV, The Dreamers Pro, Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez, Lee for coming in here and definitely telling us what is going on with the Brooklyn Nets, the organization. That was hilarious. All y'all that showed up, Juan came in here. Kwame Brown, Bus Life. Yeah, they said Kwame was on TMZ. I got to go check that out. I've been so busy doing my thing, I couldn't even do nothing. You said Uncut Hoops, give them a shout out too. Third Eye TV, give them a shout out. Oh yeah, we'll do that. All right, we out.